Here's everything you might have missed in the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer. While Stephen Grant of the gift shop is trying to summon the suit over on Moon Knight, Marvel fans all over the world are trying to summon the seats for the opening weekend of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Tickets for the highly anticipated Marvel movie went on sale on Wednesday, leading to a feeding frenzy at the box office. And to celebrate, Marvel released a brand new teaser trailer for the multiversal mayhem that's about to turn the MCU upside down. The minute-long trailer entitled Dream contains some brand new footage, answers some key questions, and raises others about what we can expect from this trippy Sam Raimi-directed sequel. We're gonna break it all down for you in just a moment, but if you're worried about potential spoilers, or you just woke up covered in french fries on the couch and this video is on somehow, leave now before it's too late. Alright, let's get into it, shall we? So the theme of this trailer is the REM cycles of two of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe, Doctor Strange and Wanda Maximoff. With an unsettling remix of the Everly Brothers' All I Have to Do Is Dream in the background, we hear Doctor Strange and Wanda's voices slowly overlap. Together, they say, "I've been dreaming. Every night the same dream, every morning the same nightmare." Something is clearly amiss in the multiverse after Strange tore the fabric of reality a new one in Spider-Man No Way Home. Wanda clearly has felt something from the multiverse reaching out to her as well, as evidenced by the final moments of WandaVision where she hears her children cry out from another reality. According to Fandango, Doctor Strange 2 picks up roughly 2 months after the events of No Way Home, and that places this a good chunk of time after the events of WandaVision as well. That's a lot of time to speed read the Darkhold and think about, where are my kids? Whatever is out there, it clearly seems to be trying to amass power and sinking its tendrils into the subconsciousnesses of both Strange and Wanda. With the repeated emphasis on the phrase nightmare, the focus on dreams, and seeing the darker sides of the multiverse in this trailer, it's easy to presume that the Doctor Strange villain Nightmare might be involved in what's going on. In the comics, Nightmare allied himself with Shuma-Gorath, one of the Elder Gods and a Lord of Chaos who we do see in this trailer chasing America Chavez through New York City. Well, rather, it's the artist formerly known as Shuma-Gorath. The tentacled creature here is known as Gargantos, a name shared with a sea creature that battled Submariner way back when in the comics. As we've mentioned previously, this is likely due to Marvel not owning the rights to the character Shuma-Gorath, who was created by Conan the Barbarian author Robert E. Howard. Now, speaking of nightmares, there's also what appears to be a creepy Cheshire Cat-esque smiling face beneath the Marvel Studios logo at the beginning of the trailer, and that adds further fuel to this fire. With that said, it's ultimately too early to tell if Nightmare is the big bad, the medium bad, or even in this movie at all.
This place is a nightmare.
That's another department.
The trailer begins with a familiar shot of Doctor Strange standing in front of the creepy sanctum where he'll confront Sinister Strange in all 3 of his eyes towards the trailer's end. There's a blue patch on Strange's cloak, maybe tying into the magical minotaur Rintrah, who we see later in the trailer as well. In the comics, Rintrah's master, Enitharmon the Weaver, repaired Strange's cloak after it was damaged in battle. The first new footage we get, though, is of the main MCU Doctor Strange waking up on the floor of an Illuminati prison cell in mysterious high-tech handcuffs. They glow green, maybe with a temporal energy similar to the Time Stone or the Eye of Agamotto. So maybe this Illuminati prison in the British Museum is unmoored from reality itself in a pocket dimension to keep it outside the flow of time. Or maybe it just means the handcuffs are turned on. Green means go. Directly to jail. After that, we see Christine Palmer in a wedding dress walking down the aisle to marry not Stephen Strange. He's standing there with his little cloak of levitation pocket square and his good friend Nicodemus West. You remember him, right? He's Strange and Christine's colleague who tried and failed to save both Strange's hands and the mortally wounded Ancient One in the first Doctor Strange. Now, I'd go further into specifics, but that's actually a HIPAA violation, so let's move on. Now, as Strange and Wanda's voices overlap, we see this mysterious black smoke envelop Kamar-Taj in darkness. More importantly, we see Wanda walking through what appears to be a version of her home in Westview, New Jersey from WandaVision. Her decidedly not dead sons, Billy and Tommy, are watching what appears to be Steamboat Willie or another old Disney cartoon on the couch. Now, it's unclear if this is real or it's an illusion that Wanda's being shown. As she drops to her knees to hug her kids, the camera tilts, revealing Wanda in the same position in her Scarlet Witch costume in a ritual chamber elsewhere surrounded by candles. So perhaps this summoning circle that she's in is being used to locate her boys somewhere out there in the multiverse, and that's what'll motivate her to break into the Illuminati prison to kidnap America Chavez. For those who don't know, America Chavez has the ability to traverse the multiverse by creating these star-shaped portals. They basically let her and others jump from one reality to the next, and that puts a star-shaped target on her back. In previous trailers, America was being forced to power what appeared to be a magical device of some sort at the nexus of all realities, and it seemed like someone or something was using her as a living engine to power this device to make portals to all sorts of different realities. While Wanda likely wants to use America for similar purposes, the snarling monster that roars on America's face has us thinking there's a bigger fish out there, an eviler one. Maybe it's Chthon, only time will tell, but with that said, the elder god and creator of chaos magic sadly is not in this trailer. For Wanda though, knowing that her boys are out there somewhere and that she's unable to rescue them, that is the true nightmare, and she'll likely do anything in her power to make it stop. Now, a new poster for Doctor Strange as well further supports this idea of Wanda and America being uniquely important to this story. While we see characters like Doctor Strange, Wong, Christine, and Mordo with countless reflections and variants, both Wanda and America stand alone as singular figures. Maybe this is because they are Nexus beings, a concept in the Marvel Universe that there are people out there who are anchor points across the multiverse. Speaking of Nexus beings and the nexus of all reality though, we do see a new angle of this center point of the multiverse. In the middle, there's a blackish object glowing with a blue light, or maybe encased in blue light. Now, crackpot theory here, but this could be the Darkhold in the middle there because the multiverse seemingly thrives on chaos, and what better way to do that than with the Book of All Chaos Magic? But likely it's whatever device America is used to power from the previous trailers. Next, we see a familiar sequence of Gargantos yeeting a bus at Doctor Strange and America in New York City. Now, if you look closely, Strange is wearing the Cloak of Levitation here, but later in the trailer we see a cloakless Strange emerge from a nearby storefront. The costume looks slightly different in these two shots, suggesting it could be another variant, but this could also just be how Strange's cloak gets damaged, leading to the encounter with Rintrah that we mentioned before. But back to the Chthon of it all, we also see a sequence of Wong and Scarlet Witch facing off against a pair of magical monsters in a temple complex in what appears to be Kamar-Taj, or maybe some other place with a deeper connection to chaos magic. Now, this appears to be the same place we see Wanda channeling chaos magic later in the trailer, and the same room that America throws a leaping punch in from the second trailer as well. My best guess here is that Wanda is the one who summoned these monsters at first, only to later help Wong and company defeat them. And I have to say, while we originally thought this character was Chthon because it matches the creature we saw on the poster with all the reflections, unfortunately because there are two of them here, I don't think that's the case. So Chthon Watch continues, or starts I guess. We have so many. Kang Watch. That's it, just Kang Watch I guess. Anyway, during Wanda's attack on the Illuminati base, we see Christine Palmer looking on in concern, America Chavez in her cell, and the Ultron bots leaping into action as the other scientists flee. It's followed by another shot of Wanda in her Westview clothing using chaos magic to open a large metal door elsewhere in the Illuminati facility. And although this bears a striking similarity to zombie Wanda from What If, I'm not convinced that's her. I think she's just covered in blood, deep in the throes of a chaos magic-fueled rage as she rampages through the Illuminati facility. And likewise, I don't think that's Zombie Strange at the end of the trailer. I think that using chaos magic is tearing him apart on a cellular level, hence the nightmarish many-armed version we saw previously in other trailers. After all, remember what happened to Wanda and Agatha's fingers when they used too much chaos magic. It's a powerful corrupting force when used improperly. And who loves using magic improperly? It's your boy, Doctor Strange.
Oh, it's just a standard spell of forgetting.
Seriously?
No,
that
not
would be...
seriously.
Back at the Illuminati base, we see Mordo has traded in the Staff of the Living Tribunal for a sword engraved with Eldritch runes. This is different than the purely magical blade we saw Strange wield against Thanos in Infinity War. And this is followed by familiar shots of the attack on Kamar-Taj and Sinister Strange, or Strange Supreme, whatever you want to call him, greeting the main MCU Strange in front of a swirling cloud of chaos heading towards a bright white light. A third eye opens on his forehead, which is unsettling to say the least. Now, perhaps this version of Strange is the one who obtained the Darkhold as we saw in previous trailers. Much like the power-hungry version we saw in What If, this variant of Strange seems to be about amassing as much power as humanly possible, even if it comes at the extent of the multiverse itself. So that zombie Strange character we see later in the trailer appears to be the same Supreme Strange character given the lack of facial hair, and that matches the depiction of the Funko Pop tie-in toy as well. So with Wong hanging from a cliff calling for help, maybe this is a flashback to how this variant of Strange was ultimately corrupted by the dark thrall of chaos magic, and how he learned to open his creepy third eye. Anyway, Strange Prime reacts to this with an Eldritch Whip, which smash cuts into Wanda's attack on the Illuminati. We see their version of Captain Marvel, most likely Maria Rambeau, go flying backwards as cosmic energy and chaos magic collide. And then the trailer ends with Doctor Strange and Wong protecting America Chavez at Kamar-Taj, presumably from Wanda or maybe from some other evil force. Strange unleashes eldritch magic that turns his hands into dragons, which is almost as cool as turning your fingers into hot dogs if we're keeping score between multiverse movies. Anyway, folks, there you have it. That's everything we spotted in the latest Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer. We have even more theories, questions, and wild ideas about what to expect from the final film when it debuts on May 5th, 2022. In the meantime, though, tell us, what did you think of the latest trailer? Did you spot anything that we missed? Let us know in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, stay tuned to Nerdist.com.